Hey guys, Rush here. How are you all doing? So we're back into the How to Punish series. We've got Ed today. So Ed was a request from one of our subscribers. Ed isn't someone that I'm familiar with. He's fairly new to Street Fighter still, and he's very annoying. I feel very frustrating character. Can be a very frustrating character to fight, but he actually is minus in a lot of situations. So this should be a relatively short and sweet video, to be honest. His frame data doesn't change in V-Trigger as well. There are different variations of some of his moves by charging certain moves. For example, his stand heavy punch can be used as normal. You can charge it. His V skill, I think you can throw it out and you can charge it. So we'll look at the different variations of moves, but we'll just cover basically how to punish, because that is the name of the game. So let's get straight into it. I've recorded a couple of normals. So the first one, it's not actually punishable this, but it's just good to be aware of this. So his stand heavy punch, the non-charge version, that's -2. But if you can see afterwards, I've got him doing a stand light kick. Stand light kick is his 3 frame. So I just want to illustrate. You should be able to beat that if I can time it right. Not clearly. That's weird. So his light kick, stand light kick, it's a 3 frame. Okay, so that looks like a better button to beat it. Not sure why. So yeah, he can't. You see how it's counter hitting as well. He can't. So trying to explain the situation we're in there. His stand heavy punch on block is -2, so it's your turn. If ever the opponent's at a minus state, that's not a punishable state. So anything that's lower than -3. So when I say lower, I'm talking lower. Sorry, anything higher than -3 that's below 0. So if they're -1 and -2, essentially it's your turn. -1, not always your turn, because if they've got a 3 frame move and you've got a 4 frame move, your 4 frame is, well, it'll basically make contact with them on the 3rd frame because you've got 1 frame of advantage over them. But if they've got a 3 frame, you'll probably trade. If ever anyone's -2, it's your turn. You can press whatever you can press a 4 frame light, and you should counter hit them as the light kick is there. Problem with -2 is though, if they've got an invincible reversal, they can do a -2 move on block and throw out an invincible reversal. They can do the XDP, they can do CA. If you press a button, you're fucked. You can't block it. Your button will go into their invincible frames and you'll get hit. So -2s is risk reward for -2 in Street Fighter 5. But if they're going to mash jab after being -2, even if you've got a 3 frame, it's your turn. So best thing really, I think, is you never do that, because if they block after that, obviously it's -2, they can either press a button or they can block. If they block, you can't punish a -2. But if it's a -2 situation, I think this is a good thing to go for. That, because if they press a button, that'll counter hit. If they block, that makes you safe anyway. So not so much a punish there, but just something to keep in mind for -2 situations. It's universal as well. That applies to the majority of people. To be careful, they got meter, especially Ed. He can do invincible reversals. He's EX upper, which you'll have to eat. Excuse me. Hay fever is rife at the moment. Right, so stand heavy kick. That's a -4 move. You get a clean punish on that. I think all range as well. Sorry about this. Man, I would not sneeze all over this video. Right, so that's -4. So your usual -4 punishes. You can get that as well. I think it's landed quite deep. You can get the immediately tattoo. If it's quite, so you won't get 3 hits if it's spaced out. Can't get the XTP afterwards. V-Trigger, you probably get more chance of getting that long range. Get long range. So it looks like there is a range you can actually block that, which is annoying. But yeah, same old stuff. You can get a CA cancel as well. Probably get 2 hits if they're close. 1 hit after the heavy punch DP if they're far away. You get that as well. Let's just test the range then. So try max range. That range, you'll definitely go to punish it. Back there. It's a little walk forward, isn't it? Yeah, there you can punish it. There is a range, I think you can't hit him. Blockstone is pretty heavy on that move as well. Just gotta get used to the move. So that is my timing that's off. Thought. There's where it whiffs. So max range, you can't get him. Nothing else you can do. Just try and find that spacing where you can block it. I'll try and mash. See, there is. I don't understand this. How can you block? It must be my timing. Yeah, so I think what you got to worry about is max range. You got to get used to the blocks on the move, and max range, which I think is about. There is a range where it will whiff. It's hard to. He blocked it again. Just be cautious long range. There you go. The long range, he can whiff or he can block for whatever reason. So maybe avoid punishing at long distance. Similar to Ken's stand heavy kick. At long range, you can't actually punish that. So his move is the exact same situation. But that kind of range, do not let it go. They do that quite a lot, so always punish it. Alright, so next one I think is crouching heavy punch. I don't know if Eds really use this too much. So they see that in neutral. Heavy blocks on again. Really heavy blocks on. I think your best option is 4 frame there. You can do 5 frame. But obviously spacing's a bit, it's got to be really close. And if timing's off, that won't work. Invincible reversal, that should work as well. Just to show you, he is set to block after that. So I do a 6 frame, it's never going to hit. Even up close. Oops. Well, I'm trying to get it really early on. See, I can't get that, but to prove it does work, when it's -5. 5 frame startup CA, you'll punish that. But I can't really imagine an Ed doing that in neutral. Should mention as well, if people throw out bad normals, you know, a good way to whiff punish if you're quick is heavy punch DP. I've done that a lot of late, and it seems to really work well. Tatsu's a bit slow that, and it's a bit hard to see. EX Tatsu's good as well for a whiff punish, especially if you buffer it like I did there. If you watch the inputs, look. I buffer it before I even press the button. CA as well. Don't sleep on that as a whiff punish. I like to do that a lot now. So yeah, that's not really a punish. Well, it's not a frame that punish, but whiff punishing is very, very good. It's great for moves that are very slow. So let's look at that. Crouching heavy punch. Recovery is 21 frames, so it's fairly slow move to recover. His stand heavy kick's quite slow to recover as well. It's 22 frames. So if you're quick and you're fishing for stuff like that, so where I was talking about being at max range stand heavy kick for Ed, if he does it at a range greater than that and whiffs altogether, yeah, don't. I mean, the thing with CA was a whiff punish. Look how far that can be. That's gonna hit now. Look at the range on that. So yeah, don't sleep on it. That's if your inputs are quick, your reactions are really good and on point. Yeah, do it, man. It's worthwhile. And look for certain moves too with punish as well. Don't try to punish everything, because you know if you throw out like a stand light punch that recovers in 8 frames, you're not going to catch that in 8 frames. But 20 frame plus move on recovery. You know, you got the startup, you got the active, you got the recovery frames. Add it all together. There's a fair bit of time to whiff punish. But yeah, that's probably another video there, not specific for this one. Right, so yeah, his sweep. I really dislike moves like this in Street Fighter 5. That does not look like a sweep to me, and I never punish it because it doesn't look like a sweep. Again, like most sweeps in the game, block stun, very heavy. So So I think look at max range. You can get it max range. I don't know where max range is, but it looks fairly punishable. That it's minus. This is minus 10 on block, so there's a number of things you can go for if you block that. I never do that enough, but CA is a great punish for sweeps. EX Tattoo will work V trigger, non V trigger. If you want a bit of corner carry, a bit of damage. Looks like you can DP that as well. Heavy punch DP. Yeah, look, the range doesn't look great. It's quite stubby that. Look at that. Yeah, probably. I think stand medium punch probably better than crouching medium punch. It's got better range. So there's that as well. If ever they hit something a sweep close, you've got much more options. You can do line breaker, do chin buster, but it's best to punch a sweep as if it's max range. Sweeping back is the most obvious one to do, but yeah, plenty of options there to punish. Just don't do anything greater than, well, I think you can get stand heavy punch as well. Look at that. Because the range on it's so poor. Yeah, you can get a number of punishes. Don't overcomplicate it. Just learn a basic punish and learn a really damaging punish, and just stick to those sort of two. Maybe throw another one in as well. But yeah, don't overdo it. So that's the sweep. So I think I'm gonna go into. Okay, I'm gonna record some more now, guys. We're going to his V skill and his specials now. Okay, guys. So I've got his V skill and some of his some of his moves that he can hold down to set now. So let's go into that. So his V skill is the first thing. So there's two stages to his V skill. There's that one, and you can hold it down as well. So let's see what that's like. Block it. Alright, so that's if he doesn't hold it. So that's, I think it's -2, that one. Yeah, -2, so you can't punish that one. But it is your goal to press a button after that, so don't stand there. He may try and throw you. You could probably throw him actually. Let's have a look at that. Maybe a good way to deal with it. But again, he's -2. So if he's got me take, he can throw out an EX upper. Eds love to do that sort of stuff, so just be wary. He's -2. Grab opportunity. But if he does a 3-frame jab there, actually no, I think you grab a win, because you grab or land at the same time of his 3-frame. If he's -2 and then he does a 3-frame, that's 5 frames in total. He has to wait before he can throw out his jab. But the throw is 5 frames anyway, so you should be equal there. Your grab should win. Want to look at if you can punish it if he whiffs it. No, I don't think you can. Maybe in V trigger you can. No, there's nothing you can do to punish it. Heavy hit tattoo would be the most obvious, but it's too slow, that's the problem there. If you're quick enough, but that's more of a read. I would never say it's a legit punish that. That's a read, definitely. Yeah, so anyway, that's not really legit. So it's -2, you need to remember that. You can't really do a fat lot after it. The fully charged one. So that's when he pulls you. So rather than him going towards you and landing the punch, he pulls you into him. I think he's -2 there as well. Really what we should do is, let me just check this. So let's re-record that. Don't know the timing, that's the problem. I'll just have to mash jab. Alright. Oops, that's not what I want. It's weird on that. I don't know how long it'll hold the move for. That's not standing like you're giving it. That should be fine. Okay, cool. try that again there. So I'm going to block it so that sequence won't actually look like that. Look at that. I think he's plus on that now. Let me read the frame data. So it says... Yeah, there's been a few ups and downs with this frame data tool of late. So on block, it says -2. It's basically hits. Ed immediately becomes invincible and pulls himself towards the opponent. Now that applies to the... Oh, okay, sorry, yeah. So it's -2 for the normal V skill where he pulls himself and does the punch. That's -2. If he holds it, he's +3. That's not good for you guys, man. So if he's +3, he's not... The only thing you can do when he does that... I don't think you can even EXTP. You shouldn't be able to do that. If I was at a 3 frame, you can't do that. Because he's +3. Which means before you even do anything, he will be able to hit you. So that situation, you have to block. You've got to guess. You've either got to guess the throw, you've got to press a button. No, you don't press a button. You've got to guess if he's going to tech. He's either going to tech or he's going to EX upper. He's going to EX up you because he's going to expect you to tech, and he's going to try and throw you because he's so plus. So that's a horrible situation to be in. So try and avoid that if you can. If he whiffs it, I have to re-record this now. But let's leave him mashing. Now I thought that would work because you're airborne. His V skill's not going to work. Try again. You gotta be quick though. As soon as you see it. That's too slow. Remember, the startup of this movie is very slow. So that's a possible scenario. Let's go back to... oh shit, did I record it on... Is that right? Yeah, that's the whole... Yeah, that's the one where he holds it down. So let's do just a normal one now. Let's just do that one. Let's see if you can whiff punish that. Not whiff punish it, but during the startup of the move. Similar to how I just did then. Let's start again. Yeah, look. Is that whiffing because I'm out of range? You know, I'll do it. I need to stop doing that. I need to stop walking around when I record. No, wrong one. That's what I want, don't I? Just him to stand still. That's it. Okay, cool. So I think that's what we want now. Let's see the range. But it catches. So even though the thing's touching me, you can see it's not actually pulling me in. Yeah, so it's a little... The tail end of the psycho power doesn't actually pull you in. It's about there. Just try a few things here, guys. Oh, just out of range, man. Still out of range for that. So you see this. I think that's legit, you know. I think that's like a really good thing to use. As soon as you see him doing it, as long as you're not in too close range, you can't block that. I'm gonna have to try it out in a match. If ever I see him go for that and I'm at the right range. Try the charge one. Oh no, he's doing something else now. Let's do the charge one once more, just to confirm this bit from there. Okay, let's put that on. Let's see if it's the same. Say if the tail end pulls you in. Okay, so he's got more range now. That's... Yeah, if he does that one. But if you're at that range, and he charges it, you got more time to do the heavy kick tattoo. So as soon as you see him do it, so when you're airborne, that even if you're close range, that's it. Let's try and do it on reaction. As soon as I see it. Nah, it's not reaction rush. Look at that, man. Even at close range. Look. You gotta be quick. You gotta be quick. That's the range you want to be at. If he throws it out at that range, if he does like a normal one, it won't catch you. If he does it at the charge one, you've got more time to react. I'm gonna experiment with that. I can't say it legit works, but it's something to remember to do, I think. And if you're quick enough and you see it, I'd say try it, go for it, and then we'll stop doing it as well then. So interesting. What have we got next? Have a look. V skill. Covered V skill, haven't we? Pretty much so. The V skill's not punishable. That's the main thing I remember. You just gotta learn how to deal with the V skill. Right, I don't know what's going on there. Let's re-record that one. Nope. Ah, yeah, he's going to... Okay, yeah. So I'm going to block crossing up, and I think, just to sake it, I'm going to block holding down back on the side I was originally on. I don't think it crosses up on block, but I need to check. Right, let's try that. Okay, so he does cross up, so he has to be blocking the other way. So according to this, let's have a little look. It says -2. It certainly doesn't feel like it. We're gonna have to, because it's -2, we're gonna have to throw out a kick afterwards, so let's re-record that. So we have to mash stand light kick. He's actually got a I didn't mention this, but he has got a 3-frame like stand light kick, so he's got a 3-frame move that can stuff your buttons. Watch out for that. Pressing light punch wrong button. So let's see if you can get away with that. No, you clean. Yeah, you can punish him. Not punish him, sorry. You will beat any of his buttons there in that situation. But again, they will set up situations where they'll EX uppercut you there. Try grabbing. Let's try that situation I spoke about earlier on. He presses the 3-frame, you press grab. Yeah, so you grab beating his... You grab or beat his 3-frame, as long as you time it correctly. Because it's hitting on the same frame. So learn what they do, see what their tendencies are. If they keep they keep doing the EX upper, then watch out for that. If they jab after, they stand light kick after that, make a mental note of that. If they try and bait out DPs, if they try and grab, so they shouldn't be able to get away with a grab, that's for sure anyway. So yeah, again, not one you can punish, but something else to be aware of. Right, spar. I think that's a minus. If you block that close range, he's -2 again. So you can't punish it, but it's your turn to press the button. But again, he could EX uppercut you because he's -2. Same situation we spoke about before. So again, not something you can punish, but it's your turn. I like to do that when -2, especially if I've got meter as well, and I've got V-trigger. Because there's potential for them to press a button. So if they do press a button, you'll win the exchange, and because you do EX fireball V trigger, puts you in a situation then where you're heavy plus, so you can set up frame traps. So, show you what I mean. That's a good frame trap. You can go for a meaty grab, but problem there is you got to anticipate the block stun because they're doing heavy block stun after that. Overhead, that's good as well. The reason that's good is because it's doing block stun for so long, it's hard to react to that last second. But be careful, I think they can jab you out of that after EX5 or V trigger. Right, so we covered a lot of situations where we're not really punishing things, but I think most of that's going to come now with his specials. So then we record his fireballs, his uppercuts and his up kicks and his super. I think that will close it out for this video, to be honest. Okay guys, so I've got all the specials recorded. I didn't manage to squeeze in super, so I have to go back to get super recorded. I'll probably just do that in this video rather than cutting it off. So let's go back into the frame data. So his fireball, his normal fireballs are all -4 on block. His EX fireball is +8. So do not even bother trying to punish his EX fireball. The EX fireball is your close range, probably V reversal. Get the pressure away from him because -8 is a hell of a lot of advantage at close range. So let's turn that one on. That's supposed to be -4. Again, doesn't look it to me. Try and mash it. Yeah, it doesn't look like it to me. Alright, so if he does a close range fireball, don't bother punishing it. It's not going to work. Maybe if you've got a 3 frame, if you don't play Ken, you play another like Akuma, because Akuma's got a long range 3 frame, maybe that'll work, but if you're a Ken player, don't bother, it's not going to work. Uppercut, so this is his normal uppercut, not the EX. Change that. This is punishable, this is -16 on block, so you can do whatever you want. Punch it however you like. Sweep. Make sure he's blocking afterwards. Yeah, he's blocking up. Shit, line breaker at the least. That's what you want to do. Line breaker at the least. If he whiffs it, he's even like punishable then. Trying to get it up. Yeah, look, line breakers you go to. Just gonna reach. Not sure. Heavy punch DP. Can punch with that. I wouldn't do that. That's not wise. If you got CA, no reason why you can't raw CA if you wanted to. Now you can line break a CA. That's even more damage. So yeah, there are certain moves that aren't going to reach. Just out of range, I think. Yeah. The line break is good because it steps forward a little bit, moves forward. EX Tatsu, that'll work. Sweet. As we did earlier this time, mini punch. Well, I still think line breaker. If you wanted max damage on this, V trigger. What did I do last time? I can't even remember now. Probably something along the lines of that, max damage. Non-V trigger. Probably going to be that. If you've got CA. Oops, no. Yeah, as I said, it might whiff. That's why you don't do heavy punch DP after line breaker, max range. Probably your best bet. I don't think you'll get and the heavy kick that tool with. Yeah, so don't do that. It's max range. It's close range, fine. You'll be fine then. See there. So yeah, number of punishes there. It's, you know, it's down to your discretion. EX. So EX is a similar situation, but it's in a counterable state now. So yeah, you've got a lot more options there. Make sure your punishes down. Plenty of options. Don't really go for that. I think you get better options after stand heavy punch. I don't know, just random shit there. But yeah, make sure you go for the push counter. Minimum you want to go for is, you know, bread and butter. Yeah. Nothing new there, guys. You know, the usual stuff. Why am I messing that up? You know what I mean? The normal stuff, so yeah, just go for stuff like that. Make sure you crush counter it though. It's heavily crush counterable. I think you can just check something. No, that doesn't work. So he recovers by the time you've used the jumps and come down, so that doesn't work. Don't know what this is. Okay, so that's -3 on block, but there's not much you can do really. Can't punish it. If close range you could, but I don't know how to get it to come out instantly without mashing the buttons. So maybe I wasn't quick enough, but yeah, if he does that, it's your turn to press a button there, unless if he goes for, oh no, hang on. No, that's right, yeah, unless if he goes for an EX upper afterwards. So look at his meter after that situation. If he's got no meter, throw out a move. Like I said before, that's, I get it. What is it? 5 not coming out. That's not a bad idea because it leaves you plus. And the last move is his up kicks. So his up kick is his basic, his DP, I think it is, isn't it? Well, it's like anti-air, I think. So that's it. So he's in a crush counterable state there as well. That's pretty rough for him, to be honest. So yeah, you can. I don't know if you can. Try and set a me situation. We'll try that in a second actually. If that's got invincible frames, I don't even know. Okay, it does tell you here. Projectile invincible 3 to 9. Fully invincible 10 to 14. So it doesn't have wake up invincibility, so you can meaty that and you'll win. But yeah. Crush counter that. Yeah, make sure you crush counter that. So we'll do his super, and I'll set up the situation where he wakes up with that and see what we can do as well before I go. So let's record his super. I imagine his super is a traditional, yeah, quarter circle forward twice and punch. So let's record that. I've held down back the entire time, but yeah, we'll record that one, and we'll go to the wake up up kicks as well. I don't think that's his invincible wake up move, so I think it's EX upper that's his wake up move. Right, so this move, it's annoying because you've got to sit through the whole animation before you can punish it. So this move is -21 on block. -21 means instant heavy punch, probably the best thing. You've got to recognise where that last punch comes. It's that one there, isn't it? That. See, again, problem here is block stun. You got to learn to block something move. Messed it up so many times now. Yeah, probably. I think that's your best bet. Man, I can't punish it. I think maybe just wait a bit because he's so minus anyway. If you got CA, that's probably your best punisher. You got B trigger. I don't think you're going to get any more than that. Stand heavy punch fireball. Because he's not crush countable after a super like he's with the EX upper. So you won't get a crush count come off that. You haven't got much resource. Fucking hell. Probably line breaker. Or heavy kitatsu. Yeah, probably best bet. I don't know if you get more damage off anything else. Let's have a look. Is that more damage? I'm not sure. Don't do this. Don't try and EXDP. I learned that the hard way. You can't really do much. That should, yeah. He's invincible for a long time in animation, so let him finish animation first. Let's see if he can neutral jump. I don't think he'll be able to. Hold up. No, you can't neutral jump after that like you could with Bison. So that's not going to work. So stick with line breaker, stand heavy punch to punish that. It should be the same range every time because he keeps going into you and punching you. You can't space it out from a distance, if you know what I'm saying. So those punishes work every time. If you've got V trigger, do stand heavy punch into fireball. I don't think you'll get crouching heavy punch because of the slight range gap. Okay, you will. So yes, crouching heavy punch is even better. Just make sure, again, you don't fuck it up with the block stun. Man, so the block stun is... That's why I let things go. A lot of times, unpunishable. Unpunished. So we get more damage. That's not an optimal combo, I'm just saying. Crouching heavy punch fireball is probably better for more damage, but stand heavy punch is probably easy to do. I don't know, crouching heavy punch is sometimes tricky, especially when you got to consider block stun. You can mess it up. So that is super. And before I go, let's just go back to wake up options. Just to confirm. Oh fuck. That's not an invincible reversal. No, it's not. It's not. So it is his EX upper that is the invincible reversal. But if he does the up kick, you can crush counter it. Think of it like a medium punch or a heavy punch DP. It's not a true wake up option, but after they do it, they're in a crush counterable state anyway. So yeah, make sure you get those crush counters in against Ed, because that will really help you during the match. So guys, that's pretty much it for Ed. I don't think there's much more you need to really know in terms of punishing him. So that should be really helpful. Let me know what you think. If you got any more advice on how to deal with Ed, you know, drop a comment in the video. I shall catch you in the next one. Take it easy.